Well, there you are again. Charlie Greer podcast. Again, I do this every day. Today, we're still on the Delphi murders. Pray for the families, those kids, Abby and Libby. Pray for their mothers, fathers, everybody. Um, you know, let them be in your blessings. So today, hiding in plain sight. What I want to do is I've done a couple of these, and I just haven't been able to have time to. I'm like rant like a madman. Oh, and there's other people that are better than me. This is not. If you want to go down the rabbit hole, um, there's some like really good YouTubers out there. So um, they're easy to find. They'll take you down the rabbit hole with them. But yeah, hiding in plain sight. So, and I want people to comment like, what do you think that means? Again, I'm going by the words of Doug Carter. He is the state police dude, and he said it in a press conference when they kind of shifted gears. Uh, Hiding in plain sight. What does that mean? So, my humble opinion, he's talking about someone who's familiar with them and everybody else who committed this crime, who's acting like, that wasn't me. I mean, isn't that what that means? Because he even said he could be in this room right now. Wouldn't you be freaking out if you're in that little? This is a small town. People are small town people. You'd be looking around at everybody, suspicion. I mean, that's kind of messed up. And was he in the room? So I've watched this a couple times. One, I just focus on Doug Carr, keep my eyes on him, where he's looking. Then I watched the sheriff, Tobe. It's kind of interesting watching him because it might just be he doesn't like to talk in public or stand there, and that's kind of that's awkward to be standing there and you just got to stand there and listen. You can't reply. And you got to look. But man, his face, he gets cherried red, and he's just looking at Doug, kind of weird, looking out. So watch it again and just watch the sheriff. Don't look over. Just listen and watch his reactions. Pretty interesting. Wouldn't they warn people like this? Say if he's right, for our argument's sake, that he is hiding in plain sight. He's in that room. Wouldn't you warn? I mean, maybe that was a warning. Am I dumb to think that hey, heads up, he might be in this room? Was he? And who is he? Just smiling like, yeah, no, ain't me. Is he pointing the fingers at us? Yeah, it could be you. I mean, 5 to 8% of the population is like psychopaths. That's a thing. There's narcissists. See, I see more narcissism. We're all guilty of narcissism. Me. Concentrate on yourself. But you don't live in that world. You're not like a narcissist, but you have narcissistic behavior. We all do. We're all human. No one's exempt from any of this, myself included. Human behavior. If you run into people like, oh, no, not me. I'm not that. They're a narcissist. They got something else going on. Secrets to hide. So think about it. Hiding in plain sight. How big is that room? How many people were in there? Is there a log of whoever? Could anybody just mosey on in there? And I feel for, again, people, pray for the families, man. Pray for Abby and Libby. And those families have to, again, they have to relive they need, I mean, they have to mourn and, shit, I've lost people in my family, never a murder or anything, but man, it's still tough. And you got the spotlight on you. You're not going to be acting yourself, and you're not going to be repeating. If you were asked 1,000 times about some situation, you're not going to say the same word over. You're going to make, and people are like, oh, they said one other. Dude, they're just, come on. Can you imagine? Pray for these people. Let them be in your blessing. Say a blessing. If you don't pray, at least, some positive thoughts. Those poor mothers and the grandmothers and the fathers too. But what does that mean, hiding in plain sight? Is there another case where someone was hiding in plain sight? Is there, well, he was the preacher in town. Nobody ever thought until they, because I know that's, again, I'm not going to, I like to talk in generalities. I don't want to point the finger at someone. So yeah, Why would Doug Carter say that? Oh, and let's just give this a hypothetical. Like, he looks like when he's reading that, he's going through some distress. Doug Carter. He's you know, did he even have time to like sink that in? What he was reading, because he was reading off a piece of paper. Every word he said, he was reading. Did they get that to him right before he went like, oh, no, we're switching gears. Instead of reading this, read that. He just kind of glanced over like, oh, damn. And then he had to go out there and say it. He had no time to digest it. He had no time to like let it sink in. He just was out because that's how he's kind of acting. He's acting like he's not familiar with what he's saying. Or maybe what he's saying is like so distressful, and again, he might know. Obviously, if he's saying in plain sight, there's something. Obviously, he knows more than we do. I mean, he's a state police guy. Does he know who it is? And they just don't have enough like evidence to. Does he want to just like wring the guy's neck? If I could, or whoever it is, I don't know. It could be multiple people. Who knows? Why would you say that? Is that like is it a warning though? I mean, if there's someone walking the streets that did a double murder, wouldn't you want people to know? Like, oh, by the way, and it's a small town, you might be what shit. You might know him, not know, but you know of him. Like, how you doing? Yeah, right. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I've never heard of a press conference that like, so, oh yeah, by the way, he might be in this room too. Well, who, how many, should I just leave now? I mean, that's kind of, and he's given some dirty looks to certain, I don't know. See, I can't see what he's, you know, the people behind, I don't know. I don't think it was a deflection tactic. I mean, you will say, because cops can deflect. They can say one thing just to get the heat off someone so they lower their guard and then they can focus on that. I don't think that's it. Who approved it too? Again, they're not going to tell us, but was it the state police? Did Doug Carter write that? He acts like he's in distress. You can hear it in his voice, in the whole rubbing his, you know, he's going through something. He's acting like he doesn't want to say it. He's acting like, man, I don't want to be doing this. And maybe because every camera in the world is on him, I don't know. Maybe that could be it. Who would have the balls to go in that room after they've killed, you know, psychopaths? That's him. They can relish. They get off on, look at me, but no, look at me. You know, they want to. They don't understand their self-awareness. See, in their head, they're, oh, I'm a genius. Nobody will ever catch me. Like in every criminal, they don't think they're going to get caught while they're doing it. No, not me. Most people think in a crime till you get caught. So they're just like, no, Is there the people, has anybody watched the footage enough? Is there other footage of that crowd? Is some deep diver YouTuber identify? Because that's going to take some time to identify. And he looked at a certain area of the room a couple of times. Who was over there? Do we know? Again, this is all speculation. This is my humble opinion on again, I found out about this case, I think it was in November of 2021, maybe, when they released the Anthony shots. We were all basically still in lockdown in Los Angeles, so I was doing a lot of YouTube, and I saw that, and then I was just like, what? Then I didn't know about the Delphi case. And then it just got, again, I explained this in my other pod, it just kind of pissed me off, insulted my intelligence, this, that, and the other. There should be something going, this small town. And then the Delphi, see, that word Delphi, that's an ancient word, Delphi, the Oracle of Delphi. Look into that. We had the Oracle, the girls floating in like some kind of hallucinogenic water, and they would, you know, ask the Delphi, the Oracle of Delphi. I mean, Delphi's got a strange. There's a building in Los Angeles, like in Redondo, the Delphi. Maybe they've changed the name of it, but it's like a nice condo on the beach. There's weird shit that happens there. That wrestler China, that's where she died. A couple people died. That's another. I don't know. Are words kind of. See, I'm just asking questions. I don't know. I know that even the word Delphi has kind of got through history. Just I don't know. It's again. I don't want to. It just hypothetical speculation, process of elimination to get these thoughts out of my head so I can. Because that's what you have to do when you solve stuff. Even forget about crime. Even in your own life, you got to like, nope, that don't work. Nope. See, I'll use that. That's it. Even when you're using tools, I don't want to use that. I need that. Your process of eliminate. You don't want to use a hammer when you need a screw, or maybe you do. But that kind of presser kind of drives me crazy. I had gotten off the Delphi kind of thing until this update this past week. And it's like, are you kidding me? Like, can't they solve this already? I mean, I hate to be that way, but because again, I'm like, an armchair quarterback. Like I get it. No, I can't. I don't know. I'm no smart. I'm a dipshit lard ass. I mean, I'll be the first. Come on. There are other podcasters that are really good at what they're doing. Check them out. I'm not one of them. I'm just, a guy rants and raves. I do this every day. I talk about all kinds of stuff, but I focus on certain things that pique my interest. And I even ask, like, why is this case? Because I've seen, you see stuff on YouTube and there's all this crime going on like everywhere. This case kind of hit me. Maybe it's because the girls and they had a day off. I remember that fun being 13, a day off of school, and that, hey, and just did nothing turn out right for them. And then somebody just moseying around, hiding in plain sight. Like, will somebody find out and stomp a mud hole in this dude that's going to not, that's a thing too. Like, I don't care if the cops find him or not. I'm a hillbilly from Tennessee, man. If there's somebody find, they better hope and pray the cops get to this dude. And I'm not saying going out and no, but that's just human behavior, especially if you have kids and they said the dude's in the room. I'm using what they say. I didn't come up to, have they switched gears since then? And then this past update this week, they're like searching the creek or the river and took this dude out of jail. And why didn't they have a presser for that? Are they gonna have a presser for that? Have they switched gears since oh no, see, he wasn't in the room. That's what were they thinking something at the time? Now they've got one on to another. They're not telling us. And there's some strange stuff in that county with the Flora murders. I mean, fires. I guess it is a murder because they killed 4 kids. Again, pray for those girls in Flora. Pray for their families too. They went to, in the Flora fire, they went to court to, so they didn't have to release the 911 tape, recordings. That should be like public record, like 101 easy. Get no. They're like, no, we can't really, because it might halter the case. That's what they're saying. Like, release the 911. That what's on that 911 tape? That the city, they had to sue their own people. Or did you get what I'm talking about? They sued each other. Like, no, you won't be able to. Who has that power to get away with that? That's another thing I talked about yesterday when I was talking. I can't put my finger on this arrogance and this, like, they're confident. This, well, see, you go looking, you ain't never gonna. Where does that come from? Is that just a sociopathic mind, a narcissistic kind of thought pattern? Psychopathic, who would be that confident? Like, they're relishing in this attention, because I'm seeing empathy from some people. Like Duck Carter, you can tell this is mess. Others, I don't. They're kind of like, yeah, like, you're gonna figure it out. Oh yeah, good luck, I mean, I get it. You got to distance yourself from, but man, I wonder what the families think. Can you imagine? Are they could you, I mean, Again, I feel for these people. I'm gonna have to find out how to donate some money. I'll send some money. This should have been, what was his name? The one guy that was Robert Ives, I think his name. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but like the prosecutor who like retired early, he did an interview that's kind of, they said that when they found out what was going on that day, when they discovered what was going on, and the scene and the evidence, everybody there was like, "Oh, this will be solved in like 48 to 72 hours, like really quick, like." And now it's like almost 6 years. Like, what happened? Was there some? I don't know. Was the person that perpetrated this murder? Were they in the search team? Were they? I don't know. Like, again, comment, because what's going to happen is people like, okay, everybody has their thoughts. Like, oh, I think this, I think that, and instead of like arguing about who, what, we need to piece together all these people's info, and then maybe that we'll get the picture. Maybe some people are, even the people that are arguing with each other, maybe they're both right on certain things. You combine it and you got the, and that's what Doug Carter said about the picture. Those two, because first they released No Man, then they released this young dude. He says between the two, we'll find, maybe they, is he talking in code? I watched that sheriff debate, and a couple of those dudes running for sheriff. New eyes. We need to get new eyes on this. We need people looking. We've got groups ready to go. And I don't get. Is the sheriff department control of all the evidence, and you have to get their okay to? I guess you do. Wouldn't the state police though? Wouldn't Doug Carter be able to? Wouldn't you have like a, say over a local sheriff? I don't know. Comment. Who was in that room? Is there footage of people? Did they do a quick pan of the back of the room? And because he's looking kind of a certain direction. Sheriff does too. Again, you're in an uncomfortable situation. They've claimed they've never dealt with a case like this before. I get that. You're going to be, your feathers are going to be ruffled. You're not going to know how to, and especially you're not used to all this attention. You're like, you're the sheriff of this small town. All of a sudden you're on like every news station in the world. It's like dubbed in Japanese and shit. I mean, come on. That's tough too. Pray for the law enforcement as well. Everybody involved. This is rough. It's brutal. You would think it'd be over like bam, done, but it just, there's something I can't wrap my finger. Again, I can't. I get my spidey senses are going off about. But then I'm not a soothsayer. I'm not a psychic. I don't know enough about that. There's people that know a lot more. Man, they've got it timed out from the time they've done. See, they know. Are they about to break the case? They're searching the river. What else did they say? Is that the only? Are they doing other? Obviously, you can't hide if you're doing that big of a search, and that people are going to notice something. Are there other places though that they have raided, or is there? Have they been in the woods digging up holes to look for buried evidence? I mean, I don't. Have they been tapping phones? Of course, I'm sure that, but you have to get a warrant to do that. I mean, unless it's tied to another, I don't know. I don't know how cybercrime works. I know that through this case, they've opened up the biggest can of worms like in the history of Indiana. This case has opened up a huge other thing. And I'm not a true crime podcaster. I could visit it, but I'm not one of these dedicated YouTubers that should get support. Should be supporting these people. They've got jobs and families. And then when they have a little bit off time, they're deep diving. It's an emotionally draining just to do a regular podcast, my podcast I do every day, it's tough. I have to rearrange my life. I have to do that. I do it every day. The hard part is making it look easy. And look at how mine is just horrible. I need to get new lighting. I need to hiding in plain sight. I just can't get that out of my. He might be in the room, or they might be, whatever you're in the room. I don't know his wording. But shouldn't everybody just be looking around, standing up? Like, who are you talking about? Shouldn't people, or are they just too shocked? Don't you go to the door and watch everybody leave and kind of be all suspicious to everybody, Is it you? Well, he done said that it was he was in here. We don't know. And who is he referring to? Like, I mean, you might be scared if you're living in that small town and is there corruption? Is there I don't know. I think that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen, though. Like, oh, by the way, and it was really short, but when that short period of time, oh, by the way, we got a new, so he might hide in plain sight. No, he might be in the room. That's a lot to give people. That's like an emotional dump. Like, here you go. Good luck with that. And then is that their last presser? Have they had another one since then? I don't get it. Are there other law enforcement people, like, not even involved in this, but other, like, dude, you don't do it that way. Like, whatever they're doing, you're not supposed to, our training. Don't they have training? Like, in their videos they watch, oh, if you're doing a presser, don't ever, I don't know. Pardon me. I'm not well. And my dogs are. Was anybody at the presser? If they were, would they even want to comment? There's got to be. Was there any YouTubers in that room? And then kind of looked over. Again, are there pictures? Can we identify? Like, not me. I mean, obviously, is there some deep diver who could get a hold of that footage and literally spend time, like, frame by frame? Okay, that's so and so. That's so. I don't even know how you would do that. Maybe do a video and, like, focus on. Okay, maybe you don't want to. Draw attention to. If he's in the room and he's getting away with. And they even said, like, oh no, they think he hadn't done this before. And I said this previously, like, then what would make you react to murder 2 girls that pull you outside of your normal to snap? In my humble opinion, it might be some secret you're hiding that people might stumble upon. And that's your reaction. Like, usually you're fine. You're like, don't you say, and you just, oh my God, what did I do? Kind of. I mean, even after the murders before, they were like, oh no, don't be worried. We don't think anybody's running around. Like, what? Who? What? We're in this small town, man. If you could walk across the town in 10 minutes, it's just like a small little, and there's trails. These happened on trails. That area is known for trails. Wouldn't you, I don't know, put up cameras, or are there cameras? Wouldn't you want to warn the public? I mean, I know they got to have evidence, but what would make them say he might be in this room? What evidence do they have that would make them say, that's a bold statement? You're releasing new info. Isn't that when they released the new picture too? Like, we shifted gears. He said something. We're onto something in the beginning, and then we were going back to, what does that mean? And does that involve the Kleins? Because they were involved at first. They knew about them like 10 or 12 days after something. Is the BG video real? I mean, it's a real video, but was it part of the catfish? Did they put it? Is it like a uploaded video? Is it I don't even know. These are, again, a process of elimination. Just get rid of these thoughts. Try to get, okay, no, we know that. Was it I don't know. I don't know enough. They need to release more video. That video they release is kind of he could have been everybody. Unfortunately, kind of dresses like that. A lot of people in that area, and they do have a scruffy voice. Another thing about the BG video, and this is just hypothetical. They released a new word. It was just down the hill, guys, down the hill, whatever. And then guys, like then they added a word. Is that two separate recordings? Meaning, say this is hypothetical. I'm a dipshit. Remember, I don't know. I'm just asking. Like, is the down the hill part recorded on the girls' phones or whatever it was, and that guys is a clip from like a interview with a suspect, and they just use that one word? Because it almost sounds like he's saying, like, guys, I had nothing to do with this. What are you talking about? You know me, this, that. Then you use that one word, guys, and put it down the hill. Do you want to hear both? I don't know. But when he says guys, it sounds like he's more like that cadence in his voice, like, guys, this wasn't my fault. I didn't do any of this. Come on, man. You know me. And they're looking at each other and just like, use that one word, clip it together. I don't know. Speculation. But just concentrate on that first word, the cadence of people, because it sounds totally different than the instructions he's giving them. Like the first word, guys, it's almost like his, again, his cadence changes. Part of me, when he tells them down the hill, you can hear all the, I don't know, evil or just badness in his down the hill. He's just scumbag. Again, he should be under the jail. Send his ass to gin pop, man. Let the fuck. Excuse my French. I shouldn't be, but hell. That gets me riled up. Could they have done that? Could they have literally used, again, the guys, you know me, I would never do anything. I grew up with y'all. And then use that first word and then put it with I don't know. I'm speculating. Speculation. Wasn't that what Doug Carter was doing when he said, hey, they might be in that room? They might be in that room. Wasn't that speculation? So I'm just using his, his words. Again, poor Doug Carter, man. I mean, this is tough. Pray for everybody involved, man. Especially the girls, Abby and Libby, and their families. That's at the end of the day, that's what it's about, solving this crime. And again, I'm not trying to say I would have anything to do with even solving this crime. It's my humble opinion. I'm a citizen of this world, so I want to, I have a feeling like some YouTubers are going to be, and they have. I think that they're not getting the credit that they, of course, the cops aren't going to go, hey, thank you for, maybe later once they've got a suspect arrested and they can, maybe some of these YouTubers will testify. Maybe they've been in contact. They didn't even know. I don't know. Maybe the killer was lurking around and watching some of these YouTube videos, and then again, they wouldn't know. But I mean, again, speculation. I'm just speculating. Hiding in plain sight. Who? Are they still hiding in plain sight? Are they, what's going on with that? Why won't they do another presser? Weren't they doing one like every year? They didn't do one for Anthony Shots when they released that. I don't think they did. And this past week, I know they didn't. I don't think. Maybe they, yeah, it's frustrating to think that it would be over with. Like, oh, this is just done with. We know who. But then again, there's is it corruption? Is it the again, I don't know. And I'm sorry I keep saying that. But I want to be real that I'm not trying. I don't have a POI. I don't even know who most of the suspects are. There's something they use like initials. So if I'm watching these things like, so it's a dead, who the hell are these initials? And I know you don't want to use people's name, but man, I One night I was watching them and they were using these initials. So I opened up another window at Google and then I typed in, Delphi, these initials, and that took me like to Reddit or something and some kind of, I don't have page after page. Who has the time? If you're a podcaster, that's what you do. Of course, that's what you do. If you're concentrated on this case and other cases. Again, people are better at networking and investigating stuff online than me. They're a lot better. There's way better, dude. I'm like an amateur hour, man. I mean, I it's embarrassing how amateur hour I am. Look at me. But I care because if it can happen there, it can happen anywhere. Maybe it is happening other places. And I remember being 13. I remember how excited you'd be for a day off. And when you're 13, that'd be awesome. On a day off, instead of going to school, hey man, let's walk that bridge and let's have woohoo, And to take advantage of the kids, that riles me. Like, are they peacocking around thinking they're like, the kids? Bro, you bet. I don't know. And also have a feeling about this case might linger. I hope that something's going to happen. I'd love to have a beer with Doug Carter. Even if he was just talking in code, not knowing how to say anything to me, or Tobe, I'd love to have a beer with him. Just kind of hey, let's have some Budweisers, throw some darts, and we'll, or would they say anything? Maybe after the case, they would. Because I get it. They can't say much. And I think even Doug Carter's like, look, there's a lot I want to say. And after one of these days, I can't wait to tell y'all what we know. That must drive him crazy. The self-discipline he has is and nobody's perfect. You're going to make mistakes. Just think yourself. I make mistakes in my life. Just think, but you're involved in control of this crime and the investigation. And then you made a simple mistake, human error. Doesn't mean you're guilty. It just means you're human. Nobody's perfect, especially if you've never dealt with anything. Like I play guitar and paint. Just think if someone handed me a guitar and like, okay, play Eruption. I mean, granted, I used to know Erupt. I could play half-assed hillbilly version, but it's like, that's how hard that is. What? I'm not, what, And you're on the spotlight. That must be rough, especially if you don't like the spotlight. Especially I don't like being on the camera. I don't like my picture taken. Well, now you're going to have to get used to it because and then they built a separate, didn't they build a separate building or see, there's so much that's weird about this. Maybe that's why I kind of, it's meat hooks in me. Like, I just want to damn. And again, there's better people go out there and there's people that went to Delphi, have walked the bridge and are juiced in and connected. There's people that are like ex-law enforcement that have YouTube channels they should let some of those dudes look at I don't know, how would they deputize a guy for a day? Like, could you deputize somebody for a day? Just have a look and I don't know, maybe I'm just stupid. But pray for those girls. Pray for the families. People, okay, so if they hide in plain sight, will he do it again? Should people have a warrant? And I know you can't stay away from that guy because he might be or whoever. It could be a couple people. I mean, I don't know. But my blessings are for this new information that came out. They're walking the creek or the river, metal detecting. Maybe they will come up with something. Maybe they have. Then that's going to take some time. And well, these tests, we got to test this. It takes 6 weeks to 3 months to get the result back. Well, it wasn't right, so we have to do it again. Or you have to double. Don't they have to do it's not one, but they have to have it verified from another. It might take some time. Did they know what they were looking for? We know. but we just need someone to. And why would they pull him out? Obviously, he wasn't in jail. Pulled him out of jail. Obviously, he wasn't in that room, or was he in that room that day? I don't know. Comment below. What do you thought that meant? Were you in that room? Was anybody out there that was in that presser? Did any of these YouTubers drive or fly there? Would they know? Or they don't want to, or again, is it scary? Is it people know about certain things like, oh man, I kind of want to say something, but I live in this town. I don't have that much money. I didn't like I could pick up and leave. I own a property here. I got a job. I get that too. Like you don't want to be, that's sad about our reality of life. How people have to live in fear. I don't get it. But I will, again, I didn't think that I'm not a true crime podcaster. I do all things under the sun. But what if I'm interested in something, I'm going to talk about it. And I do this every day. So some days I might be talking about who knows. I might focus on something that you never know. But send blessings. Pray for this situation. I love y'all. Again, I do this every day. Be blessed. Cheers.